Guys, welcome back to the Real Southern Garden. I'm Sarah, and today we are back at the beautiful garden and home of landscape designers Susan and Dennis Cook.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
Yeah, so you guys got to see their garden back at the end of April, I think it was.
Beginning of April.
Beginning of April. She remembers
Yeah.
better than me. And now it's June, and things have really taken off. So,
Welcome back.
yeah, everybody wanted to see this garden again. I'm so excited to be here. They've got hydrangeas that are blooming. The vegetable garden is completely filled in. Everything has taken off.
The
So
hostas have really grown too.
yes,
Things
the
starting to
hostas.
peak.
Yes. So let's go take a look. You guys are going to love it. Are you guys ready?
We're
Yeah.
ready.
All right,
Ready.
let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so we're gonna start off right here at the front of the house, and we're gonna take a look at their little pond that they have right by the entry door. And Susan told me that she has this pond. There's no fish in it. There are frogs though, but she has this pond so that she can have beautiful water lilies. I think that's a great idea. You know, it's a lot easier to maintain a pond, of course, if you don't have fish in it, because it's a whole different deal once you have the fish. But it is absolutely stunning and such a great element to have in the garden right by your front door where visitors enter your home. And I just love this little bunny that she has peeking out of these beautiful pink flowers. So sweet. Now, Susan and Dennis have designed gardens all over the greater Atlanta area and even beyond Atlanta. So they just have a wonderful mix of plants. I mean, they are pros, they know what they're doing, and I just love all the textures and colors, and they really have a 4-season garden. Something is always blooming or taking shape. And I think that as gardeners, that's what a lot of us aspire to do. So every time I visit their garden, I see a new plant that I want or a new element, something that I want to add to my landscape. And I just love being here. And of course, it is hydrangea season, and there are just so many varieties that every gardener, I think we all have one or two that we're not exactly sure what the variety is, but there is a gorgeous hydrangea coming up in the back of the property. It's a blue willow. You gotta see it. Stay tuned for that. It's on my list to add to my garden, and it is absolutely amazing. I also love this pink rose right here. I don't think that I have come across her before. She seems to be really healthy with all the rain that we've been having. Susan said that she's a really easy care, great rose. Spring Song is her name. So if you're looking for a beautiful, clear pink that's black spot resistant, this one right here seems to fit the bill. And I also love how airy and fairy-like that rose is. Like, it's smaller. It's just a really beautiful little plant. And then we have a nice little patch of penstemon right here. Such a beautiful fuchsia color. Hummingbirds love this plant. And this is such a beautiful little mailbox garden. I just think that it sets off the front of the property so well. And when we wind around on the other side, you're gonna see all of the beautiful gardenias that they have, and you could smell them all over this front yard. It was absolutely heavenly. Just, oh my goodness, the best smell. And then over here on this side of the front yard, they have these beautiful mature gardenias. And if you've ever been around a gardenia, you know how powerful just one flower is. So to have these gorgeous mature shrubs just covered in gardenia blossoms, oh my goodness, it was just such an amazing smell. And what a great way to greet your visitors, right? When they pull in your driveway, to have these beautiful gardenia shrubs, just, it smells like a perfume factory. And then we're gonna head over to the entrance to the backyard. And I always love this little story here about this white picket fence. Susan's dad actually made the little post. So this little fence has a lot of meaning behind it. And I just think it's so darling and just really sets off the entrance to the back garden so well. And of course, I love her little containers with the boxwoods right there. Those are just so cute and very English style. And we're gonna head back here through the little fence and just see how the garden has changed since we were here in April. And then over here back on this little trellis, Susan was pointing out how this is a great example of how a vine or plant will wilt sometimes in the sun just to protect itself. They just kind of fold their leaves in and they're just trying to survive in the sun. They're actually not dying or anything like that. It's just part of their survival mechanism. Really adore little bunnies in the garden. I want to add some to mine too. I just think they're so sweet. Of course, not real bunnies that eat everything, but stone bunnies and ceramic bunnies and that sort of thing. Garden art. And I love this little basket in the back where you can put gloves or gardening tools. It's such a cute idea for a garden. Look at the beautiful color of this wormwood. It's almost like a sea green kind of color. It reminds me of sea glass. And Susan said that it doesn't particularly like all the rain that we've had, but it's doing pretty well, probably because it's back here on the slope, so it has really good drainage. And this little forget-me-not is still blooming like crazy, just like it was in April. It's similar to Nepeta. It just keeps on blooming all growing season. I need to add that forget-me-not plant definitely to my garden. Now we had a little lizard that decided that he wanted to be on YouTube as well. So we'll say hello to this little guy. And I really love this combination right here. The beautiful powwow coneflower with the ajuga underplanting it. Oh my gosh, I definitely want to add this to my garden as well. I think ajuga is amazing. It's got a beautiful flower, but just look at the beauty in the ground cover that it provides when it's not flowering. we're going to continue down this beautiful pathway and make our way to the vegetable garden. But before we do, I want to point out this beautiful variegated iris. Susan told me that the neat thing about this plant is that the leaves stay that beautiful variegated white and green. Unlike the bearded iris, those varieties, the leaves turn yellow and they brown and that sort of thing. But this iris does not. So that's a great one to add to your garden. And then we have, lo and behold, right there where I'm pointing, the beautiful Super Tunia Vista bubblegum that I have been looking for locally, and I feel like it's such a common plant. I should be able to find it at any of the big box stores, and I haven't been able to find it in the greater Atlanta area. But Susan actually did find it over at Lost Mountain Nursery. That is a fantastic nursery. I love going there. So I'll have to check them out and see if they have any more in stock. And I love this beautiful lace cap hydrangea. It just looks so delicate. And there's another one coming up in the garden, the blue willow, of course, that I already spoke about. That is just my absolute favorite, but I like this one too. And then look how beautiful this little green arbor or archway sets off the center of the garden. And then, of course, the screen in the back that you'll see in a second matches the same color. And I think it's just fantastic. And then we have a beautiful patch of lemon balm right here that Susan said she uses to make lemon balm cookies. I am going to have to try that myself. And then through the magical arbor or archway, we go to the center of the garden where they have a lot of vegetables planted around here. I think that is so smart because they're easily accessible, and they also get a lot of good sun right here. And Susan and Dennis have some more of that Super Tunia Vista bubblegum planted here in this fountain, which I love the way that looks. It's so pretty with that pop of pink. And I also love all of their pineapple finials. It's such a southern garden thing to have. It's the sign for hospitality in the South, and I am a big fan of those pineapple finials and pineapple fountains and pineapple everything in the garden. And the vegetable garden is looking pretty good. All the rain that we've had has really kept a lot of the crops from growing, but Susan and Dennis have a pretty good looking little vegetable garden here. I know that they have had onions that have really taken off. Their tomatoes are starting to produce, they said. She's got some potatoes back here, all kinds of goodies. And I love this shot facing this direction. So pretty. And now we're going to head back to that little green screen and the little seating area back there. Susan said, of course, they put all of the hardscaping in first. The screen was one of the first things that went up, as well as the walls of the garden and just everything that wasn't a plant, obviously. And then, of course, all of the plant material came in. love that color of pink impatient that they chose to put in there. That is so pretty. And I also really love the fact that Susan and Dennis have built this entire garden together, and that it's just a beautiful symbol of their love and their relationship. Native azalea, it was blooming last time we were here, but it's not now. And then check out this beautiful umbrella magnolia, which is actually native to Georgia. Then we have a penny mac hydrangea in a container. And then we have some toad lily. Absolutely love the back side of this wall. It is so beautiful. All right, and then coming up, this is my absolute favorite hydrangea. It's one of the ones I want to add to my garden next. It's the blue billow hydrangea, and it almost looks iridescent. It has like this beautiful light pink and then the purple. It is a spectacular plant. And then right next to her, we have some scented geranium. Then we wind around and we come to their beautiful little patio and seating area. And I love the way the light filters through this area. That Japanese maple is so beautiful in the back, especially when the sun catches it certain times of the day. And just the layering with the forest behind, it is just such a beautiful spot. Here's another shot of the wall where you can see the boxwoods and how spectacular everything is looking. And I love this little garden statue right here. It's a little bird bath, and it just looks perfect next to the pineapple finials. And then we have some hostas back here as we get closer to the real, the heavier shade area of the garden. And look at the size of this hosta. Isn't that magnificent? And then we have Empress Wu hosta on this side, which even has larger leaves. And then we come around to Phyllis the philodendron. We love this little plant. They take it in for the winter, bring it out for the growing season, and it really puts on size quickly. And if you guys remember last time we were here, this path was a lot clearer, but now all the plants have grown in and everything is just lush and blooming. And then Susan and Dennis brought out some of the big leaf magnolia leaves so that I could see exactly how large they are. This is the largest leaf in North America, the largest tree leaf in North America. And then we're going to head through the gooseneck on this little pathway into the forest garden. What a pretty view this is, looking back over the creek towards the front of the garden. And I especially love how Susan and Dennis have seating placed everywhere in the best spots in their garden so that you can just, relax and enjoy the sights and the sounds. Having good seating areas is so important to a garden. And then we're going to head up this little pathway and it's going to wind us around back to the front yard. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick look at this beautiful camellia. And I bet that this is just a stunner when she's blooming. Look at the size of that. Well, it's a shrub, but I would say it's a camellia tree. It's really, really large. have another fabulous hydrangea. This was a gift that was given to them from someone at their church. So we don't know the exact cultivar, but she is a beauty. And then in the back, we have a little plant called Peachy's Pink. And then we have Orion's chrysanthemum, which was actually named for the famous garden designer in the Atlanta area, Orion Gaines. And then we make our way through the little pathway and we come back out into the daylight. I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland or something. This is just the best little garden. It's just so cool. Back into the light, and we're back up here in the front yard again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked today's video, and if you did, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, let me know what's going on in your world, and I will see you back here next time in the next video right here at the Real Southern Garden. Bye guys.